All right, everyone, welcome to the podcast. This is our first show. Gonna hit a couple things, mostly television and movies that have come out this year recently. Um, Spring and summer, we're solid. The best movies of the year so far, for sure, were A Quiet Place, Hereditary, First Reformed, Eighth Grade, Black Klansman. Those were the five best, I'd say, right now. We have Bradley Cooper with his directorial debut starring Lady Gaga, A Star is Born. Stellar reviews, did well at the festivals. That could be a serious Best Picture contender. Um, what else do we got going on? We got The Green Book with Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali. That looks like I'm not going to say more modern day, a more recent telling of Driving Miss Daisy. It takes place probably around the same time period, but similar characterizations going on there. Um, got a lot of heart to it. I could see some acting nominations, possibly, maybe even Best Picture nomination. Um, we also have some horror coming out with Halloween in October 19th, I believe it's coming out. Normally, I'm not big on horror movies, but this is, David Gordon Green, who directed, some great movies, all one completely different from the next. He did Pineapple Express, and then he does Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal, based on the Boston Marathon bombing. This guy works frequently with Danny McBride. Danny McBride and him are really paying homage to the whole nostalgia of the original. This is supposed to be a straight up sequel to the original with Jamie Lee Curtis. Forget all the Rob Zombie bullshit, all the other ones you've seen in recent memory. They're just gonna go with that. It's starring the original actor playing Michael Myers. The trailer was awesome. The one shot with Mike Myers going into the garage and then going into the house basically played, that was most of the trailer, and it was, you couldn't take your eyes off of it. It was like, what's gonna, sometimes less is more. You know what's gonna happen, but you don't see it, and it's really creepy and eerie. I think we're gonna see a great horror Halloween movie this year. Other movies coming out. What do we got coming out? Let me just check my computer. Oh, okay. We got The Old Man and the Gun, of course, starring Robert Redford. It could be a swan song for him, directed by David Lowery, who did A Ghost Story. I'm a real big fan of him as director, low budget filmmaker. He shot a lot of his own movies, wrote, directed, edited, you name it. Very good filmmaker. I'm looking forward to that. Also, directorial debut of Wildlife from Paul Dano, with starring Carey Mulligan and Jake Gyllenhaal. Kind of just I guess a '60s period piece, but just a good family story. Jake Gyllenhaal, one of my favorite actors, going to be a great performance from him. Could see a nomination for Carey Mulligan, from what I'm hearing. Bohemian Rhapsody, November 2nd. Of course, Bryan Singer replaced halfway through because well, let's just face it, his antics. He's got some personal issues. I won't delve into them, but he's been involved in some scandals, and of course, just not showing up on time on the film set. So they replace him. Rami Malek. I think we could see a Best Actor nomination for him. Then we have November 16th. We have Widows coming out. I'm a big fan of Steve McQueen. He did Shame, Hunger, 12 Years a Slave, of course. I think we could see a Best Actress nomination for Viola Davis. This is a bank heist movie, but not your typical one, I'm sure, because it's story over everything else for Steve McQueen. Looking forward to that one. What else we got here? Backseat, December 21st. Oh, I can't wait for this one. Adam McKay, Christian Bale playing Dick Cheney. We have Sam Rockwell playing President Bush, Amy Adams playing Dick Cheney's wife. I think it's going to be a serious contender. Hopefully, some Oscar nominations. I'd like to see Amy Adams win an Oscar this year. And with that segue, we'll delve into TV. Sharp Objects, one of the best shows of the year, of the summer. It caught everyone's eye. The storytelling was great. Gillian Flynn is a fantastic writer. She wrote Gone Girl, Dark Places, starring Charlize Theron, and now Sharp Objects, starring Amy Adams. Very strong female-driven performances, and a breakout performance. Another segue to my breakout actors of the year, starting with Eliza Scanlon, the Australian actress who played Emma in Sharp Objects. Going head to head with Patricia Clarkson and Amy Adams, and she stole a lot of the scenes. She played the 14-year-old sister, daughter of the two of them, and it was just very. You couldn't tell what she was very. You didn't know what was going to happen one scene to the next. Like she would just come at you with something else. Very unapologetic behavior, uh, career breakout performance for her. Look for her in things to come. I really want to see her break out in the next couple of years. Another breakout performance, um, Elsie Fisher from 8th grade, Bo Burnham's directorial debut. I love the movie. It was a great movie, coming of age tale from a 13, 14-year-old girl in 8th grade, about to go into high school, just kind of finding out herself and not liking a lot of things about herself, but very relatable to anybody of any age. And I hope people will watch this movie. It was a brilliant movie, makes you feel a lot of things. And it was shot in Rockland County, Westchester County, White Plains. They shot a scene at the Nyack Palisades Mall, which I thought was very cool. Uh, and last, but certainly, but not least, my breakout performer, breakout actor, I should say, uh, Christopher Meyer. This guy, it starred on The Affair. Uh, the first scene I saw him in, it's like one of those things. Sometimes when you see that breakout actor in that first scene you ever see them in, and you're like, wow, who is this? I'll never forget, like seeing Tom Hardy in Inception, going across the table from DiCaprio, and I'm like, who is this guy? I felt this way about Christopher Meyer in The Affair. Um, he plays a student in the show, a writer, very charismatic, handsome young man. Look at the guy's headshots. I'm going to show him on the podcast, if you're watching on YouTube. The headshots of this guy. I want to see this guy get some roles, some breakout roles. This guy's got all the talent in the world. He deserves opportunities, and I'm going to segue into the music a little bit here. You look at a guy like Post Malone with these tattoos on his face, looking like he just served me my McChicken at McDonald's drive-thru, and calling himself a rapper. You know, I got so much on my mind right now. Like what? What tattoo should get on your eyelid right now? Like you suck, bro. Why do people look at people like that and say, "Oh my God, he's so talented, selling out fucking music shows and shit"? When you have charismatic, intelligent, intellectual guys like Christopher Meyer that no one really notices. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see transitions in society from guys like Post Malone to Christopher Meyer. And on that note, we're going to end the podcast. We're just at the 10-minute mark. Thanks for listening, guys.